What is up, YouTube? I am Cdargify, one of the admins for Silverside Gaming, a community channel. We're still working on how we're going to say the name, but anyways, it's a community channel, and this is probably going to be one of the first videos from an admin that's over a game. This is a review of AC Unity, or if you guys know what AC stands for, obviously Assassin's Creed. And it's been out long enough to where we've all probably either have beaten the campaign or are getting very close to it. I beat it like yesterday. And decided to do a review. I'll tell you guys when spoilers are going to come. I'm not going to give away anything really huge. I'm just going to tell you how I kind of liked the ending, or if I didn't like the ending, what I liked about the game, stuff like that. So here we're on the minimap. If you guys haven't seen gameplay, then obviously this would be new to you guys. We could synchronize, but I've already done that. This is on PS4, by the way, so we have extremely good range and graphic-wise, because this is next-gen. So we'll go ahead and jump down. I am one of the higher levels in the game, obviously, since I've been playing for a while, since release date. And, yeah, so let's get into it. Basically, they've redone a whole ton of new stuff for this game, and the parkour is new. The fighting is a lot harder than recent AC games, I should say. And overall, in general, for this game being made in a year, because they obviously have a year since they release one every year, it's pretty well polished. There is a lot of bugs that do need to be fixed, which I feel like we'll see in time. But let's get into the parkour for now, and we'll just run up buildings. This is live as I'm playing, so I gotta talk and play at the same time. The parkour is new, so regularly, basically, you just point your analog stick wherever the heck you want to climb, and you would climb. And people kind of complained about that because they'd be on top of like a point and they would just jump off and commit suicide. I never really had that problem. I was actually pretty decent at the parkour in other games. And in this one, you hold X to go up and you hold circle to go down. Obviously, I'm on a PS controller, so Xbox One was probably a little bit different. Now, what is the difference with that is it's a little bit better from going down, but only if you remember to go down. So I am so used to the other games that I always hold X, so when I'm trying to go down, it's really, really glitchy. Because obviously I'm not holding the right button. Now if I hold circle, which I've been getting more used to, you don't exactly have a good camera angle to what's behind you. So you don't know if you're going to fall into a bunch of enemies or what, because you're kind of looking like this. I'll climb up there and go back down for you guys. So while I'm going down, I look like this. I can't really see what's behind me till I get on the ground and then I can turn around. Now, if we were to climb back up, and I'm just showing you guys all the things, everything's different. So if I don't hold any buttons, I can obviously climb leap, which is just hit X and then move the analog stick, or I could go inside a building. Also a new feature. But let's say, and then that just happened. Let's say if I went to the top of the building and I was in a chase, I really need to get down, follow somebody. I don't want to spend all that time climbing down off the roof. So if I'm running this way, and then most of the time that would just happen. I can't go. I can't. Now, obviously, if I push it a lot, I can go, but then you lose that time aspect. You have to hold circle and then work your way all the way down the building, which is kind of annoying if you're not that high up. It still makes you do it. So let's go ahead and kill this guy. I'll try to get in a big fight so you guys can kind of see the fighting style. And I am glitched inside a wall, and we just witnessed a glitch. Nope, I got free. There we go. Like I said, there's still some bugs. I have the... Yeah, actually, I won't tell you guys what that is. But here's the parkour. Or not parkour, but fighting, I should say. And we got some pretty cool finishers. That was pretty brutal. We'll go ahead and pick a lock. This is back. I'm not sure if this was in AC4, but it was in AC3. So I also have master lockpicking, and we'll get into the customization later. But that was a pretty easy chest to open. And basically, those are all over the city of Paris, and it adds to the game, I gotta say. It's fun, but it can be annoying if you're at a lower level. So what are we gonna do? Alright, and then also, as you guys can see, sort of on the minimap, or just on my screen, there was a red dot over there. We'll go follow it. There he goes. There's random crime scenes that happen, and you can just chase them down and kill the guy, or tackle a thief, stuff like that. It kind of adds to it. You'll just be walking, you'll see that happen, and it adds a lot to the game. But I'll try to show you guys the parkour right now. So, if you master it, it's probably really smooth, but at other times it's really annoying. And you can also see there's a lot of people in the street. You cannot crowd shove. Arno, which is the assassin's name if you guys aren't familiar, he sort of does it for you, which is it's kind of nice, but it's also kind of annoying. And I'm going to run up on this guy, and Dude, stop running. Where are you running from, buddy? Come here. And then also I got a pretty cool revolver I'll use at some point. Okay, that was a pretty cool animation. But yeah, just like things like that happen all the time, and yeah, it's pretty nice. So what else am I going to talk about? The fighting system in this game, it's very realistic to real life. Kill the messenger without being seen. Alright, we'll just show the revolver off because I don't care if I'm seen. Unless I kill a civilian by accident. Which, yeah, so that's the revolver. Basically, pretty cheap. It's got like 8 barrels. I have like one of the best in the game right now. But the fighting system in this game is very realistic to real life, to where you can get outnumbered very easily, and the enemies will not really wait for you to get done killing somebody. Especially guys with guns. Just about every enemy in this game has a revolver, and they will not hesitate to shoot you. Now in AC3, we could grab people and they would get shot, and you pretty much use them as a meat shield. In this game, no, you have to dodge. And if you're in the middle of a killing animation, you cannot dodge, so you get shot very fast and you die very fast. They all have revolvers pretty much, all the higher levels. And it can be very annoying at times. Now, obviously you have a revolver too, so you can kind of pick them off, and you also have smoke bombs. Now, in this game there is co-op, and with co-op comes sort of special little perks that you can use. That perk I just used right there refills all my ammo and stuff like that. So I have, if I was to pull out my gun, and just randomly fire, it scares people away. I just fire above their heads and it'll scare them. So the AIs are, you know, they're decent. But over there you can see one of the co-op missions, and that's where you can have 4 players. Club competition, which we're not sure about yet. We're not sure what it is. We just know you can have 4 people in like a clan, or more people, I guess. But for that, we can kill these criminals. I'll actually show you guys some of the fighting. And we'll fight right here. So, or I can just one-shot them because I have a really good sword. So there we go. Not very tough, but in other missions where you get outnumbered, it is very tough. So what are some other things I want to talk about? Let's talk about the story. So you guys might want to, if you don't want to hear spoilers, you might want to... It's not really, I won't tell you what happens. I'll just tell you how I thought about the ending and whether or not I thought it was long or not. So I'm about to tell you guys, so if you want to turn off, you can turn off now. If not, then I'll tell you. Basically, in the ending, I do feel like this game was a tad bit rushed on the storyline. When it was being made, I got to the ending and I was like, alright, well I guess there will be some spoilers. So in this thing, of course it tells you from the game, from AC4, you remember the sage that the Templars managed to, I think they either killed him or something, got his body, and they were testing on him. So that's how this game starts out, they're testing on him. And basically, you're trying to find another sage so that the assassins, or what's left of them in the real day, need to experiment on his body too. So in this game, we're trying to find the Templar Order, the head of the Templar Order in Paris, which is a sage, and basically you spend this entire mission finding him just to figure out that, and this is a spoiler, that you don't need him at all, and everything you've been doing in this game is useless. This literally, you cannot play, you could basically not play this game and continue from the next game and be perfectly fine, and you won't miss any of the story, really. Now, if they continue Arnold, then yeah, you might want to play this game because you want to figure out what his story was. This game's only worth it for Arnold's story. If you want to listen to the real day, like, story that's going on in the current times of the game, then there is absolutely zero story for that. It's just, you figure out, oh yeah, we don't really need him. Oh well, you've done all this for nothing, basically. So, and then the sword I have right now is called the Sword of Eden, and he has that. And that's about the only thing, really. You get the sword, and you just keep it. You can literally use it in the game, and the story ends, and I have it now. I beat the story, and I still have it, and there's nothing you do with it besides hit people with it. So I kind of feel like they are going to do another game about it, where he's got the sword, and he's kind of got something to do with it, of course. So, to me, it was kind of rushed, because I was like, is that it? I mean, unless the next game is going to be Arnold, I feel like this game wasn't really even worth it for the story. Other than, yeah, he had a cool story, but it was still kind of, it was kind of rushed at the ending, and I didn't really like it. Now, the co-op is probably going to be really fun once they introduce club play, which I have no clue what it is. If you guys are wondering, this is a strictly co-op game. There isn't the PvP that was in the other games, which I kind of miss. Actually, I do miss a lot. But we still don't know what club play is, and if I show you guys what club play is, and I'll get into the customization soon, and this video should only be about 14 minutes long. So if we go to club competition, you guys can see in the picture that there is a bunch of assassins on a rooftop kind of charging each other. And I hope my recording software is not behind, but if it is, then you guys are probably just seeing it now. But there's like 3 assassins and then 3 assassins on the other roof charging each other. So my idea is that it's going to be sort of like an open world thing where you have a club against a club and they're trying to get either something or you're attacking each other. That's what I hope and pray for. If it is, I'm going to be very, very happy. If it's not, then I'm going to be kind of disappointed, but still, maybe in the next game we'll see the PvP back in it. Obviously, the club, it's just me and my friend for now. My other friends are still going to get the game. But let's get into character customization. Now, the character customization is very much like a sort of an RPG feeling or MMO where you upgrade whatever ability you want. So for stealth, I have just about everything unlocked. Ranged, I don't really have that much. Melee, I have just a sword and the basic. And then health, I have everything pretty much. Now, each person has an ability that they can use in co-op to either heal the group, resupply the group, morph the group into disguise, share eagle vision, stuff like that. It's very cool. I do quite like the customization in this game. It's very nice. If we go to gear loadout, we have different weapons. We have one-handed long, which is like a spear, heavy, which is like an axe, pistols, which is what I had. I have this bad boy right here. It's got like 8 barrels. It's pretty nice. And then rifles, which is also a primary, which they're kind of underpowered, but they can still be fun to use. So yeah, that's that for the weapons. Let's go to equipment. The equipment-wise is very nice. Lots of customizations, but probably only a couple that you'll use, which is kind of the sad point. A lot of them are decently ugly. Like the one that you guys are about to see now, he's got like a ball mask on, and if you're playing the campaign, it shows what you're wearing, and it looks very, very stupid in my opinion. It's just like, yeah, you know, I stabbed this guy, got from the ball, stabbed him, went back, had some tea. It's cool. I don't like that. I don't. It just doesn't look Assassin's Creedy. It looks like he just came from a ball and is very rich and snotty. I don't like that. Now, obviously, there is some pros about this. There are some very nice ones and some very cool-looking ones, but sadly, people are just going to use the cool-looking ones, so we see very little difference in characters. So I know when I was playing, me and my friend, we would join up after a couple sessions of playing campaign by ourselves, and we'd be like, we have the exact same armor, almost identically. And we were like, well, that's a shame. We're like, well, it's the only cool-looking one, so that's why we picked it. And then here's another problem with the game that it'll be fixed, obviously, in time if you guys already have it. A lot of this stuff you can't unlock till you do club competition. Club competition, we don't know the release date for, so if you're in the game and you're like, I really want that, then you might as well stop playing the game till that update comes out and just play another game till it comes out if you've already beaten it. There's little to do till this comes out if you've already beaten all the co-op missions like I have done. And basically, this game's going to revolve around how good club competition is, and obviously if you guys just really enjoy the story. I enjoyed the story, didn't really like the ending, but overall it was still fun. It had its fun moments. Lots of assassination missions, which were pretty cool. Basically went back to the core Assassin's Creed games from Revelations back into the very first game, where it's obviously a lot more ground-based, and you don't have ships, and you're not in a forest jumping from trees like an ape. And yeah, that was not racist at all. I wasn't being racist toward Native Americans. I did not like Connor as a character. He didn't feel like an assassin. He felt like he just wanted to save his people, which is alright, but don't use the order to save your people. And yeah, that's a different story, but that pretty much does it for this, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this was helpful. If I was to rate this game, I would give it a 7.9 probably on Assassin's Creed. This is probably like my 3rd favorite. This is tied with this one and Revelations. My first 2 is obviously Brotherhood and then AC2, and then I never got to play the very first one, but so I can't really judge that one. But yeah, very good graphics, very nice. If you guys want to get it, obviously I would recommend it. It's like $60. And yeah, if you guys have some friends, it can be really fun, very fun to laugh at. And hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next time.